Check 1, 2.
Sophomore attacker, number 9.
Check, check, check.
Number 16, Skylar Sensenbrenner. Senior attacker, number 17, Addie Roush. Junior midfielder, number 20, Ava Liddell. Junior attacker, number 23, Olivia McGill. Freshman attacker, number 28, London Jordan. And in the goal for the Eagles, a sophomore, number 27, Faith Cameron.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are here live at William Tierney Field at USA Lacrosse in Hunt Valley, Maryland for the C Conference of the IAAM Championship Lacrosse. I'm with Freddie Newman, I'm Larry Dukes, and Morgan Knox on the camera. We'll be bringing you the championship here today, with announcements now happening on the field, and we will be having our national anthem next.
And those who support it at home and abroad, our national anthem.
And we're ready for some lacrosse action. Freddie, back from last night. What an exciting A-Conference championship last night. We're looking forward to C-Conference lacrosse here today. What can we expect?
Yeah, absolutely incredible kickoff to IAM Championship weekend, and I'm excited for another great game here in the C-Conference matchup between the Cubs and the Eagles over at AACS. Talking to both coaches before the game, I think we're going to see a very fast-paced game, a lot of creativity, a lot of free play out there, and I'm excited to see how those two similar styles match up today.
Excellent. They met during the regular season.
They did a high-scoring affair, 24-16, with the Eagles coming out on top of that matchup there. And both coaches even said that they didn't think that that was a typical expression of how this game would go down today. A lot of factors leading to that score early in April.
Well, we'll see what it brings today. Last night, a low-scoring championship. So some goals today wouldn't be a bad thing.
It wouldn't be a bad way to kick off, and a beautiful day today. Expect to see a fast-paced contest out there.
And we're going to go to the draw. We have Skylar Sensenbrenner for Annapolis area, and she's going up against Mara Barnes for the Cubs.
On the draw for the Cubs, number 14, Mara Barnes. For the Eagles, number 15, Maya Baldonado.
And looks like we're ready. And
game time temperature is 74 degrees.
Control by number 16, Rachel Roan for the Cubs. And work around the perimeter. That's number 5, Gabrielle Caruso.
We're going to look here on this Catholic offense. They have three-headed monster with Caruso, Barnes, and Roan. Coach pointed that all three of those players have scored 100 goals in their career here at Catholic.
Wow. Rachel Roan to take the ball here. And our first shot on goal is a goal!
Great wind up.
Roan.
Yeah, Roan buries it there. Great shot. She knew where she wanted to go the whole way and was able to execute that shot.
Goal scored by number 16, Rachel Roan.
Roan's going to be attending Newman University next season. She's actually going to pull the double and play field hockey and lacrosse there at Newman University.
Good for her. And we'll go back to the draw. Looks like the same two as the first time. Sensenbrenner, Skylar that is. I take it that's her sister, Brooke.
Yeah, twins on the team, and actually one of two sets of twins on this roster.
Wow. And this time it is controlled by Sensenbrenner. She brings it up across the midfield line and into the attack area.
Control, Skylar Sensenbrenner.
$10.50 remains in the first quarter.
So again, we're seeing that patience, trying to establish something offensively here.
Comes the cutter, wide open. She didn't see her. Number 8, Brooke Sensenbrenner came right to the crease, but couldn't find her.
Oh, great feed.
And taken away and brought up by Catholic. That's number 21, Kara Milligan. And she gets it over to Rose Harris. And she'll take it behind the net to Lauren Dietz. And now Macy Milligan.
Cruz has another big focal point for this Catholic attack. She gets a shot there.
Looked like her stick was deflected. And ball up.
And we're seeing that typical aggressive play from Catholic High. They're going to ride everything on the field, pressure the ball. They're always going to look to try to create turnovers.
Dump inside, score! Number 23, that's Olivia McGill.
It was a great goal there off the fast break.
Eagles goal scored by number 23, Olivia McGill, assisted by number 11, Ellie Hansen.
We're going to see if AACS can manage it or even create some opportunities for themselves with Catholic being too aggressive there.
Ellie Hansen on the assist. And we're knotted up at 1. This is familiar territory from last night.
You love to see those defensive shining, though. They don't often get a lot of the credit out there, and we've been able to see some great defensive lacrosse over the last day.
And this time, number 20, Ava Linnell, wins the draw. Brought down, look inside. And another goal.
Great find on the inside there, wide open.
Olivia McGill again, I believe.
Yep, buries it.
And quickly we are at 2-1. 8:54 remaining in the first quarter.
Second straight goal for number 23, Olivia McGill. Credit the assist to number 15, Maya Baldonado.
And on the draw, this time it comes up Catholic.
Draw control, Gabrielle Caruso.
Rose Harris controlling for Catholic. Now back behind the net. Caruso credited with the draw.
Yeah, we're going to have to keep our eyes on Caruso tonight. She's a big part of that Catholic game plan, both on the circle and offensively.
At the point, it's Mara Barnes. Dodges, look. And retained by Catholic. Left-handed.
Man.
Number 5, Gabrielle Caruso.
And speak of the double right there. I mean, a great pickup on that ground ball. Gets to her left top side and buries it right around her defender. Great shot, great play.
Well, Freddie, you called that one.
Caruso is going to be attending Seton Hill University next year and play lacrosse there. I mean, she seems like such a weapon, just quick around the ball. Got a nose for the ball. Able to pick up some extra plays on possession when she can.
That left-handed shot across her body looked really strong. Mara Barnes and Sensenbrenner on the draw. And this time, it's Annapolis area, so we've gone back and forth with the draws so far. Skylar Sensenbrenner.
And I think we're going to see both coaches continue to mix the draw up a little bit, the draw taker. I think that game is going to be pretty even across the board. They're going to try to find possessions where they can steal one from the other team.
And back behind the net.
Again, this is the second possession we've seen where AACS is looking to try to get some balls fed inside.
Double teams by Catholic. And there's the open player. Shot, score! Skylar Sensenbrenner, top shelf for the goal.
Great drive. You kind of saw that one coming as soon as that ball was heading her way. Just had a great step on the ball, great finish. Sensenbrenner and her twin were named by coach as two of the big powerhouses that drive this AACS team.
Same two back to the draw. Skylar Sensenbrenner and Mara Barnes. Both seniors. And that time, Sensenbrenner used her height and made the play.
Oh.
And that was inadvertent, but
Definitely an inadvertent. Tough play there.
nonetheless, she went down hard.
Good to see her get up. They're going to sub her out here, check her out, make sure everything's all good.
Yeah, that's Skylar Sensenbrenner coming off.
See her kind of waving the trainer off there, saying, I'm good, I'm good.
Shaking the cobwebs out. And, that's one that she didn't see coming.
No, attempted double team there, and you're right, inadvertent contact, kind of a bang-bang play there. The ACS has to go to the bench here.
Into the game is Evangeline Apollonia.
It's a great cut there. Didn't see her, but a good cut.
Unfortunately, there's been a couple cuts already that went unnoticed. And the Cubs are coming the other way. Wheels on the outside. And now an open player. Ball not quite handled yet. Now it is. That's number 17, Mara Barnes. And we'll get it over to Roan and we'll settle things down. Work it around the perimeter. Skip pass and back to the top. Gabrielle Caruso going out to play.
Looks like she's creating some kind of an ISO for herself. And there it is.
There it is. Left-handed skip shot in the net. Gabrielle Caruso, Jr.
Unassisted goal scored by number 5, Gabrielle Caruso.
You know, Coach Morales mentioned, you know, obviously she's got a big three, if you will. But just Caruso, she seemed to make the engine go. She's able to call her own shot, like we just saw there, or get her teammates in advantageous positions, give them opportunities to score. And you see her on the defensive end as well. She's just always part of the game plan.
Very impressive move and shot. Knots it up at 3. 5:37 remaining in the first quarter. And the draw will get credited to Maddie Boyer.
You see Sensenbrenner's back on the field after that quick check-in.
And we've got too many.
Yeah, looks like an offsides penalty here on Catholic.
Catholic, yeah.
I mean, and that'll happen sometimes, Larry. You know, we're redefending hard. Our coaches have drilled that into us. And, you know, we're trying to make a play there. Sometimes you get caught. You hope the ref doesn't see it. Unfortunately for Catholic there, ref caught him pretty quickly.
And we have a violation. It'll go to Sensenbrenner.
Yeah, Catholic seems to be really keyed in on Skylar Sensenbrenner there, and probably for good reason there.
And she puts the biscuit in the basket. Skylar Sensenbrenner with the goal. And it makes it 4-3, Annapolis Area Christian.
Eagles free possession goal scored by number 16, Skylar Sensenbrenner.
I think
second goal of the championship.
I think we'll see that theme every time Sensenbrenner touches the ball. I think we'll see that collapse by Catholic, trying to get the ball out of her stick as quickly as possible, or maybe making her take a tough shot.
And she's quick from the spot to the crease. She's
very quick. She's shifty. She's strong.
And we got a whistle.
Draw control, Brooke Sensenbrenner.
Let's see, AACS again getting the ball behind the cage, looking for some quick feeds, a little bit of a slow break action here. Ellie Hansen, another big key to this AACS offense. She's got the ball in her stick now with the feed to Sensenbrenner. What a catch. Incredible stick skills there by Sensenbrenner with a great catch. Draws the 8-meter.
This is her specialty so far. And in. And a save by number 99, Jaden Tyler, goalie for Catholic.
Monster save there. And look at this incredible defense by AACS here.
Swarming.
Forcing sideline, tough angles. Oh boy. But man, talk about pressure. They've managed to squeeze off about 40 seconds off the possession clock on that redefend there.
2:45 remaining in the quarter. Naples area with 1-goal lead.
That was great recovery defense there by Boyer.
Good step, shot, score!
Hey.
Gabrielle Caruso, her 3rd goal of the quarter.
It's a hat trick for number 5, Gabrielle Caruso.
And you probably heard the stadium announcer with a hat trick already.
Nice
First
little
quarter
hat trick
Yep.
to open the game. You know, Coach Morales talked a lot about her bigs, and again, we're seeing it there. Caruso seems intent on putting the team on her back right now, and she's just playing hard and taking every advantage of every opportunity she has out there.
Literally the Caruso and Sensenbrenner show right now. Both girls with multiple goals here in the first quarter. And Mara Barnes and Skylar Sensenbrenner on the draw. And it's Sensenbrenner
Draw control, Skylar Sensenbrenner.
with the draw control. The feed. And the pull back out, and we'll survey the area.
You know, we're going to have to keep an eye on Sensenbrenner on the draw there. I mean, the way she's dominating right now, she's just earning extra possessions for her team each and every play.
Under 2 minutes. Sensenbrenner cut, shot, score! Skylar Sensenbrenner with the goal.
Hey,
It's a hat trick for number 16, Skylar Sensenbrenner.
anything you can do, right, Larry?
There it is.
Hey.
We would have hats all over the field if this was ice.
Back-to-back hat tricks by the Stars of the first quarter here. I mean, this is fun. Fun to watch, seeing these two kids go at it, carry their teams, and they're just making plays. Even matched up against each other here on the circle.
And we have Sensenbrenner and Barnes on the draw. Controlled by Sensenbrenner. As you said,
Draw
these are
control, Skylar Sensenbrenner.
really make these possessions work when you can win the draws as many times as they have.
Another great cut there by ACS. I mean, one of these has got to connect throughout the game.
Just don't think the folks that in the back are seeing the cutters, because they're there. Of course, we can see everything from up here.
I was going to say, we've got the best view in the house.
Yeah, we sure do.
Oh, wow. Charge call there, Larry.
Oh, wow. You don't get many of those.
Well, I'll tell you, sometimes on those inside rolls, you get a little bit, out of position, may push a little bit. You lean too far over, and that referee is going to call a charge every time. Again, we talked about a swarming defense. That's a great play. Oh, boy. Great play there by Sensenbrenner. It's Brooke there.
Yep.
More of a defensive threat for the Eagles.
And that's the end of the first quarter. No horn, but that was the end of the quarter with the Annapolis Area Christian Eagles leading 5-4 over the Catholic High Cubs. We're going to take a break and come back in just a moment with the second quarter. I'm Larry Dukes and Freddie Newman, and we are your announcers for this C Conference Championship here at Tierney Field. We'll be right back. And we're back to the field for this second quarter of action. Freddie, things going as expected?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're seeing what we thought we would see. Close, highly competitive, some goal scoring. I mean, both of these teams rank in the top of their conference in goal scoring on the season, 1 and 2 respectively. So I expect, us looking at a high scoring affair, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And we'll switch ends of the field here each quarter.
And again, we're always looking after a quarter, what kind of adjustments are each team going to make? Seeing what we saw in the first quarter where it was kind of a one-on-one show with each team.
So what do you expect, Freddie? What's each team going to do to stop these two?
I mean, I think we're going to see some trying to lock the ball off, prevent them from getting it, maybe a face guard here or there. I mean, I think the ultimate goal in a situation like this is to prevent that kid from getting the ball at all. So we'll see if we see that here on either defense. I think right here we see it.
Yeah.
Got a face guard here on Sensenbrenner.
Yep, number 12, Anna Grace Bankert. Going to face guard her wherever she goes.
And then here you go. I mean, that's the game plan, right? You got somebody beating you. You get the ball out of their stick. What can the other kids do in this situation? And maybe we're not as comfortable, and it led to a turnover there.
Also looks like Catholic is going to start pushing the ball down the field. Going to run a little bit.
Yeah, Coach Morales talked a lot about how much of a fun and free style that they like to play. They love to get up and down the field. They love to run, look for fast break opportunities.
It's like the ball's controlled by Apollonia. In, and we're going to do it again. Evangeline Apollonia. What a beautiful name.
Great name, great name.
And we're going to do it again.
Similar result here. You know, AECS is going to have to adjust a little bit to that call there. I mean, they're getting their feet there. They're getting their body there. They need to try to keep their sticks out of the sphere.
Yeah.
And Apollonia is doing a great job of creating that mess in there. So AECS has to be smart here. And that's exactly what they were able to do.
Yep. Boy, coaching up here is really easy.
Yeah, man.
It's a simple sport.
Yeah, I was going to say, we all look like all-stars up here.
And the ball taken by Catholic.
Sakis.
And they'll settle things down and set things up. Rachel Roan.
Looks like we got a defense change here for AECS. Let's see how they operate.
Here comes the double team.
Looks like we're in a bit of a backer zone here. A lot of switching you'll see. Covering your area, not a specific man.
And a bounce shot in the net for number 17, Rose Harris.
The freshman out there with a textbook rollback.
And that's going to knock things back at 5 with 8:47 remaining in the second quarter.
It's crafty play. She noticed the slide was late. Rolled right back on the inside with the bouncer. That's tough to save.
And it looks like we're going to have our first switch on the face-off. We're going to get Gabrielle Caruso this time for Catholic, going up against Sensenbrenner, Skylar. And this time, draw control by number 20, Ava Linnell. Brings it all the way down. Looks.
Great.
Open. Shot, score! And we have a whistle. But the goal is good. We will count the goal. Linnell with the assist.
Eagles goal scored by number 7, Casey Sturdivant. Assisted by number 20, Ava Liddell.
Casey Sturdivant with the goal.
Freshman midi. What a goal, a catch, a great bury. Again, we talk about our young players getting opportunities to shine on the big stage and how great that feels. And you can just see the bench light up and everybody's got a little pep in their step back to the circle, celebrating the freshmen there.
And we'll line up and do it again the same as last time. Caruso and Sensenbrenner. And this time, controlled again by Annapolis Area Christian, Ellie Henson with the draw control. She gives it up to number 20, Ava Linnell. And over to the freshman that just scored, and that's Casey Sturdivant. Sturdivant. Over to the wing. And back to the side of the net. Back in front. Ellie Hansen with control, making a move. Shot, score! In the 5-hole.
And there's another one of those powerhouse middies for the Eagles, Ellie Hansen. I mean, just great individual effort. Saw something she liked out there. Nice quick dodge and the finish. Helping create a little distance between the Cubs.
Yeah, first 2-goal separation of the half. 7-5. 7:46 remaining in the first half.
And we're seeing how important the draw is becoming in this game. Wouldn't be surprised to see Catholic make a switch here in the next 3 or 4 draws, depending on how they go.
And bodies all over the ground right now, but coming up with it is Annapolis area.
Draw control, Ava Linnell.
Ava Linnell with the draw control. She'll give it up, and now Cody Overstreet takes it behind the net and dumps off to number 17, Addie Roosh. Quick move.
Great play. Caruso just did not give up on that play there.
Not at all.
Hey. A little trickiness there.
And didn't work.
And who else? I mean, Caruso all over the field for the Cubs. You know, after a little back and forth like that, you like your offense to just settle a little bit, be a little patient, take our breath, execute something that we really like.
Don't force it. And unforced error has it going the other way. Sensenbrenner.
Not the stick that the Cubs want the ball in right now.
Sturdivant making a move. Wide open. Both players wide open. Movement to the net. Score! Number 17, Addie Roosh with the goal.
Assisted goal scored by number 17, Addie Roush.
Just a nice individual effort. Ran through some contact there, finished. Looking at a 3-goal lead here.
Unforced error at the other end. Turns into a goal for Annapolis area.
And we're seeing Catholic sticking with the draw here. Still not ready to make a switch. The people on the circle now become very important. They have to pick up anything on the ground and help their center circle person out.
Annapolis area on their 4th straight, looking for their 4th straight draw control. And they're going to get it.
Draw control, Ava Linnell.
Ava Linnell. Sturdivant on the wing. Back to Ellie Hansen. And now down low to Addie Roosh.
You know, Coach Bickhardt of the Eagles, she preaches defense for her teams as a way to control games. And we're seeing that defense all over the field from the Eagles. But sometimes defense is even possessing the ball. The way they've been able to dominate on the draws and get balls back in the midfield like that is everything their coach asked for.
Used their speed and cuts to the net, and now makes it a 9-5 lead with 4:54 remaining in the half. Annapolis area extends their lead to 4 goals, 9-5.
Defense to offense, just like Coach drew it up there. I mean, you see the relentless nature that AACS has on the ride, on the redefend, and they're always looking to get the ball back. Catholic does switch up the draw here. Again, still critical for the people on the outside of the circle to be a big part of these draws. They're going to have to come up with some loose balls to get those draw possession stats.
Rachel Roan now for Catholic.
Draw control, Eagle Linnell.
In front, shot.
Nice save.
Freddie, what I've noticed is no matter who they put out there against Sensenbrenner, they can't make up for her height.
Yes, that height has been a crucial element for her success today, and she's also been doing a great job of just drawing to herself, just putting the ball where only she can get it.
Seems like no matter what, she's getting that first touch. Most times it ends up in her stick.
I think Catholic's got to find somebody on the draw just to kind of muck it up for her a little bit, make it hard to get such an easy self-draw, put it on the ground, but they've got to win the ball off the ground on the circle.
Movement inside, dodge, looks, shot, score! Number 20, Ava Linnell.
Just another powerhouse that Coach Bickard has in her arsenal. She talked about her before the game, how much she helped on the offensive end, how confident she was, and we're seeing it right there.
And timeout called by Catholic as they are now doubled up 10-5 here in the first half. 3:42 remains, and we'll come back to you in just a moment. And we're back here at William G. Tierney Field on the campus of USA Lacrosse in Hunt Valley, Maryland. Beautiful facility.
Incredible facility. Great supporter of our league and great for our kids to play here. You know, a lot of teams in our league actually participate in games at US Lacrosse throughout the season, regular season games, different invitationals. There's been teams from New Jersey, Canada, all over the place that come here to play our local Maryland teams, and it's great to be able to play in such a great facility for a championship.
And both schools turned out. Good fan support, parents and friends, and faculty and administrators, all kinds of folks here tonight for this championship. And it's championship weekend. We have track and field this morning. So some of these folks, especially the administrators and the faculty, making trips to Calvert Hall for track and field. Is that where the finals was?
Day 2, actually, today was at Archbishop Spalding.
Oh, wow.
Boys and girls day 2. It was a great day. Congrats to Calvert Hall and McDonough girls and John Carroll and I believe St. Vincent Pilati, all of the champions of the team. There were some great individual efforts at the track meet today.
Shot whizzes right over the goal for Annapolis area. Open in the middle, shot, score!
Another goal.
Number 20, that's Ava Linnell.
Just in the right place at the right time, showed her stick, slipped right in behind the defense, and was ready to finish when the ball came to her.
Back-to-back goals. 3:19 remains in the first half.
So again, we talk about adjustments. Catholic's got to figure out a way to get possession. It's really hard. It's really hard in lacrosse when you don't have the ball to keep the gap close. Too many possessions, a good team is going to score any time, and so Catholic got to get the ball.
Number 20, Ava Linnell, her second straight goal, assisted by number 23, Olivia McGill.
Olivia McGill with the assist. And we're going to look to another draw.
Man.
And Sensenbrenner again.
Ball control, Skylar Sensenbrenner.
And the ball just continues to fall Sensenbrenner's way.
Like you said, she puts it in places where only she can get stick on the ball. And even when she doesn't, she seems to be around it.
So we'll see what's interesting here. ACS.
And Linnell again, 3 in a row.
Linnell is feeling it. I mean, give me the ball. Seeing her come off this little action that ACS is able to do, they're kind of lulling the defense to sleep with this little two-man game, this little fake pick and pop game, and then they're able to get the ball in Linnell's hand just with a full head of steam right down the middle. Very hard for the defense to recover there.
Yeah, impossible we're seeing right now. So it's 12-5. Freddie, when we get, if we get a 10-goal spread in a game, we go to running clock.
We
right?
do go to running clock, and I know the Cubs are going to do everything they can to prevent that from happening. And it's going to start right here again, like we said, at the draw.
That's been the name of the game here for at least the last full quarter. Is the number of.
There you
we
go.
Just as we say it, we're.
I think that's the first clean win off Sensenbrenner we've seen all game. You know, Catholic doesn't have to go fast here. You like to see them still settle. Plenty of time in this game. They need to go to something that feels good to them, something that's comfortable, something they can execute.
A little over 2 minutes remaining in the first half. Caruso with the ball. Attracting lots of attention.
Quick double. Nice
Look inside.
find.
Just.
I'll tell you, though, my goodness, what a play the Cubs just ran there. You know, all that attention Caruso had. Great look down there to get the ball inside to the open person.
Just went about a foot high on the shot. Now Caruso, again, takes it behind the net. Pass and score! Number 17, Rose Harris.
Great feed, great catch in traffic by Harris. Cubs needed that.
Assisted by number 5, Gabrielle
Makes it
Caruso.
12-6.
And I liked what the Cubs are doing here. Hustle back to the circle, right? We had a clean draw win last time. Let's try to get out there quick. Let's try to take advantage here.
See if we can do it again.
See if we can do it again.
Minute 25 is an eternity in women's lacrosse. Lots of things can happen in a minute. I've seen a goal happen as quick as 6 seconds, so. This time.
Almost.
Score control,
Oh,
Ava Linnell.
that's tough.
And we have our first yellow card coming out to Caruso.
Yellow card issued to Gabrielle Caruso.
And she'll get 2 minutes, so she'll spend the rest of this half in the box.
That one just a little too much in the face and neck area. Lack of control coming down. Hard slash. It's going to be a card every time. Let's see how patient. Well, maybe not so patient.
Not so patient. Linnell's going to take it right to the net and scores.
Larry, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Linnell said, give me the rock.
Nobody wants to get in front of her, so she's going to take it
Yeah,
through any crack she sees in the seam.
she's going to make the Cubs stop her, and they haven't been able to yet.
And that puts it back at a 7-goal spread here with 57 seconds remaining. And just what we said, anything can happen in just a few seconds in women's lacrosse.
Good thing is that these early cards, those first cards, are releasable.
So we're back to even strength here for the rest of the half. And on the draw, it's going to be Mara Barnes.
Barnes is the third head of that three-headed monster for the Cubs, going to Ave Maria University in Florida next year.
And Sensenbrenner's going to pick it up and run
She
with
does, but that's the first time we've seen the ball go in that spot. And maybe Barnes is onto something here, something different, a different look.
35 seconds remains.
Hansen on Caruso, star on
There's the
star.
Cut, shot just high. Sensenbrenner uncorked, and it went high by 6 inches, down to 22 seconds. And lost control. Now down to 12 seconds. Looking for a cutter.
Let's see something. That's where they've been looking all night, just something in the middle. Oh, wow.
And we got a flag and player down. So as time runs out, what happens here, Freddie?
So we play out the penalty here. You know,
So it's
kind of like a free throw at the end of the end of a period. You play out the penalty. So we're going to get an 8-meter here.
and as soon as the shot is missed or saved or scores, the half will end. Shot, score! Skip shot into the net to end the half. Annapolis area 14, Catholic 6, and that goal,
Free position goal scored by number 20.
number
Ava
20,
Linnell,
Ava,
consecutive goal.
Ava Linnell, her 5th consecutive goal.
At the half,
So now we have a
Eagles
two-headed monster here.
Yes. I mean, can't ask for a better quarter, better half for a goal scorer. And, you know, Catholic's going to have to figure out how to neutralize her. But as we've said all game, more importantly, Catholic's got to figure out a way to gain possessions with the ball. Saw some different draw takers there at the end of the half with a little bit more success. And you'd like to see where they can strategize and where they can, you know, make those adjustments so that they can get possessions there.
Great, and we'll come back to you at 10 minutes for the halftime here. We'll come back to you in about 8 minutes. We'll keep the video on the field, and we'll turn the sound down and be back to you in just a few moments. I'm Larry Dukes with Freddie Newman and Morgan Knox on the camera. We are Red Dog Media here at the C Conference Championship in Lacrosse in the IAAM. We'll be back to you in just a moment. And the team's making their way back to the field here for the second half. So, Freddie, you've had 10 minutes to think about it. What do you do if you are Catholic in this situation?
Yeah, I mean, I think you've got to figure something out to get possession. I mean, we know what they can do offensively. We've seen some really great possessions with the ball. This is a game of possession. And so, as we've said several times, I'd like to see them make some adjustments on the draw, whether it not only just be the draw taker, but how they position everybody on the circle, what are they looking for, and we're going to have some girls in the midfield win some individual battles on the 50-50 ball. If you're ACS, just keep it rocking, man. They are doing a great job. I've got some kids that are kind of on fire right now, and so for them, they basically want to do the opposite. Keep getting the ball, keep burying it in the back of the net, and keep that distance between them and Catholic.
Yeah, it looks like this is a game of adjustments. And in the latter part of the first half, Sensenbrenner got off to a quick start, and Catholic made some adjustments to try to take her out of the scoring pattern. And then they got Linnell, and Linnell knocked off 4 straight goals.
Yeah, Linnell, I mean, again, you kind of want to see how much she can keep going. She's probably the one that didn't want that halftime clock to get to 0, just considering the path that she was on. But we'll see, if ACS chooses to go through another direction, or if Catholic adjusts to Linnell.
And they send Mara Barnes out here to take the draw for Catholic against Sensenbrenner. And we'll see how we start the second half. And Catholic comes away with it. Rachel Roan, was on the draw. And Rachel Roan came away with possession.
Massive opportunity here for the Cubs. They just have to be patient a little bit. Don't get too tight, too excited just because we have the ball. And we probably need to come away here with a score.
And ISO by Caruso. Shot.
Oh, my.
Catches the pipe.
Caruso had a rocket of a shot, and the goalie's best friend stepped in there and kept that ball from going in the back of the net. Heads-up play there for Roan, though, to recover the ball.
A shot and a score. Number 17 for Catholic. That's Rose Harris, freshman.
Cubs great position goal scored by number 17, Rose Harris.
Great finish there, great placement. Harris has been steady for the Cubs.
Our third goal of the game. We heard our stadium announcer, Chris Eli, share with us another hat trick. So we're coming in groups of 3 for a number of our players today. And just what Catholic needed to start this second half.
Yep, and now they've got to be thinking just one play at a time. Just do what we just did. Don't try to think about it all in one big chunk. Just one goal at a time, one ball at a time.
And just like that, the ball goes over to Skylar Sensenbrenner.
Oh, Caruso.
And she's going to get
That's
another yellow.
Huge play.
Yellow card issued to Gabrielle Caruso.
Oh, you hate to see that, Larry. And you can see it on her face. You just hate to see that.
And what's that going to mean, Freddie?
Second yellow card for the game. Unfortunately, Caruso will not be able to return back into this game.
So she's out for the championship. Huh?
I mean, it's obviously a massive blow to the Cubs, but just got to feel for Caruso. She's just playing so hard, and she's just trying to do everything she can for her team. And I know she's got to feel sick here about that play.
And meanwhile, the Cubs gain possession. And that Annapolis area comes in, and loose ball. And it's taken by Catholic.
Good to see Barnes here kind of stepping up and saying, hey, my running mate's down a little bit. I got to step up and help my team out here.
Moving in. Picked up, shot, score!
Barnes.
Mara Barnes with the goal.
Cubs on a sister goal, scored by number 14, Mara Barnes.
And that makes the differential 6, 14-8.
I'll tell you, that's a huge sight for the Cubs to see. Not only do we get a goal there, but
And we get it with a woman down, right?
a woman down goal, and we also see, hey, it's going to be okay, you know?
Absolutely. You get a shorthanded goal, and your leading scorer is in the box and out for the game.
Yeah, I mean, that's tough. And again, you know, Caruso's going to do everything she can from the sideline to motivate the Cubs for the rest of the game. She's going to be a great teammate. She's going to cheer everybody on. She's going to provide advice when she has that opportunity.
Draw control, Skylar Sensenbrenner.
Skylar Sensenbrenner with draw control. (14-8). Our score. Sloppy passes from uncharacteristic of Annapolis area.
Yeah, and I think Annapolis here is, you know, again, I think they've got to get settled. Been a little bit in this quarter since they've had the ball. I think they just got to get back to what works for them. And this Catholic woman down defense seems to be confusing ACS just a little bit here.
The ground ball.
18 seconds till Catholic kills the penalty.
Shot. Good save.
Heck of a save there by Jaden Tyler.
Yeah.
It's a freshman. That's a big save for your freshman year. Keep your team in the game. And the penalty kill. Anna Grace Bankard handled that pressure so well.
And out comes Annapolis area with the ball. The pass up.
Brooke Sensenbrenner again. Coach Bickhardt talked about the twins and their connection that they have and the way they're able to encourage each other, even playing different positions on the field. And, you know, you can see both of their impact in different ways. And Brooke is just steady back there, always around the ball, always helping in the clear game. And obviously we've seen what Skylar can do on the draw and on the offensive end.
Catholic settles things down. 7:50 remaining in the third quarter. 14-8 your score.
Nice little flip there.
And another.
Apollonia. Oh, good save.
Catholic putting the pressure on now.
Yeah, it's interesting to see who they get to play that dodge role that Caruso was playing.
And we got a penalty here.
I think we're seeing the Cubs go into more of an assisting style offense here with Caruso on the sideline. Caruso's north-south dodging was elite, and
skip shot is good.
great finish there by Barnes. I mean, I've been really fascinated watching her step up.
Mara Barnes with the goal.
Her second straight goal.
And now the lead is just 5.
And Coach Morales talked a lot about how much this group bonded this year, especially after a spring break trip to Florida that they took. It was the first ever spring break training trip that the Catholic High Cubs lacrosse team has ever taken. And she credits that for getting this team to kind of turn around, to bond. And you see it there, you know. My teammates on the sideline, I got to step up. Everything about the team, really awesome to see out of the Cubs.
And on the draw, it's the Cubs being awarded.
Draw awarded.
Mara Barnes, again, right in the thick of things.
And Larry, we're seeing exactly what we talked about. The Cubs had to adjust. They had to win these 50-50 balls on the draw. And even though they got a turnover there, but at least we were creating more possessions.
Well, Linnell's not gonna waste any time getting it down the other end of the field and making a move.
Well, now just a workhorse for these Eagles. See if they keep her actively involved or if they try to find somebody else here. See how the defense reacts to Linnell as well. Looks like they have
in front and taken away by the Cubs. And back to their goalie.
Yeah.
Out to the wing and up they come.
Great goalie play tonight as well, and also great goalie play by the Pipes today.
Yes, yes. Sometimes your best friend are the Pipes. You had mentioned, Freddie, the training trips. I can tell you that I used to do a training trip every other year, and the impact it had on the team was absolutely tremendous.
I mean, those are the things you remember after high school, you know. It's not the wins and losses.
Beautiful save there by Jaden Tyler.
Freshman is getting hot as the game is going on. She's made 2 huge saves over the last few minutes.
Another thing that the Cubs needed, and they're getting it.
But you know, Larry, the group and team bonding trips and things of that nature have been the common thread from all the coaches we talked to this weekend. I mean, every single one of those opportunities makes a better team, and I don't think it's a coincidence that those teams that have been the closest are the ones that have made it to championship weekend.
Yep. I think you nailed it there, Freddie.
See a little bit more pressure here out on Barnes. See if they can't disrupt.
Just a little too much rushing things. Made the plays, but then they have the turnovers that. And we have a horn.
Timeout, Eagles.
And Annapolis area calls timeout with 3 minutes and 56 seconds in the third quarter. The Eagles with the lead, 14-9. Then we'll take a quick break and come back to you in just a moment for the rest of this third quarter action.
For museum visits, children under the age of 12 must be accompanied by an adult. We ask that you please keep all food and drink.
And the players making their way back to position.
You know, you wonder if that timeout there for ACS was, you know, let's get a breather here, let's regroup. Been a little sloppy for us these last couple minutes. You know, we do have the lead. Let's play smart, play like we have the ball and we have the lead here. And I think Coach Bicardier is just settling the girls down, trying to weather the storm of this run that Catholic's on right now.
And they did go up and down the field a couple times, all the way on each end, and looked a little bit winded there for a moment. So the timeout probably smartly taken to do exactly what you said, but also grab a quick little breather, come back fresh.
Hansen's going to start with the ball here for ACS. She's going to Messiah College next year. She's actually going to play volleyball there at Messiah College. So seeing a two-sport athlete out here for the Eagles.
Love to see those multi-sport athletes ready.
Yeah, both teams credited, you know, again, multi-sport athletes being able to play other things, bring other insights to the game of lacrosse. So I think we're seeing just that. I think Coach Bickhardt said slow it down a bit.
Shot just wide. Loose ball picked up.
I think Tyler got a little piece of that shot. Looked like it deflected there just a little bit off her stick. Great catch. Seifert.
Addison Seifert taking the ball in. The look, the spin. No shot. Nothing there.
It's 30 seconds here.
Shot, score!
Great goal. Great goal. Road.
And top shelf. Just above the shoulder. Rachel Roan. 14-10.
Coach Morales mentioned that this was a hallmark of this team, is that, you know, they never get too far down. They think they can come back in any type of game, and I think we're starting to see a little belief there. We'll see how ACS kind of handles this punch of this little bit of this comeback run.
Bit of a pep in the step of Catholic at the moment.
Yes.
They're starting to feel it. This draw is very important. 2 minutes, 11 seconds remaining.
Just will there by
Sensenbrenner.
Sensenbrenner.
Linnell
Wow.
to the crease and the shot and the goal. And Annapolis area Christian responds, making it 15-10.
You know, Coach Bickhardt described her team as creative, and you could see it there. I mean, nice little weave action at the top. You know, kind of disguised a little bit, but when they have the green light to go, these kids go to goal. We're seeing that there with Linnell. She kind of hid there on the third option, and Catholic got a little lost in those picks and all that mess there at the top of the 8.
Sprint to the ball. Sensenbrenner comes up with it.
Ball control, Skylar Sensenbrenner.
One minute, 20 seconds remaining in the third quarter. 15-10. Annapolis area with the lead and the possession.
Great defense.
Linnell again steps in. She looks, goes around net. Looks out front.
It was a good look.
Ball taken by the Cubs. Pressure still on. And to the middle of the field and up
Great.
and
Great decision there by Catholic. They knew they had to reverse fields. They've been caught on this sideline a few times. So that field reversal allowed them to get the ball cleared successfully.
and they're not going to get a shot off. That's the
Oh.
end of the third quarter.
The Eagles 15, the Cubs 10.
And we end the third quarter with the Eagles from Annapolis area with a 15-10 lead here going into the fourth. We'll come back to you in just a moment for that exciting fourth quarter action here at the IAAM C-Conference Lacrosse Championship out in Hunt Valley, Maryland. We'll be back to you in just a moment. Okay, Freddie, we are headed to the fourth quarter, and Catholic has cut this lead a bit, but we need to make up 5 goals in a hurry.
Yeah, the Cubs are battling. They've solved some issues there on the draw circle. Now it's just about stealing possessions from the Eagles, creating turnovers, making some huge saves, and trying to get as many more opportunities as you can to put the ball in the back of the net.
And as you said, for Annapolis area Christian, more of the same. Maybe even stepping it up another level here to try to finish off the Cubs.
Yeah, I mean, everything should be running through Skylar Sensenbrenner. Get the draw, slow down the offense, eat clock. Let's make Catholic come out of what they're trying to do, make them a little desperate while we maintain possession.
And exactly what you said earlier, I'm watching down on the sidelines, and Gabrielle Caruso is leading the cheers for the team. Look at her. She's very, very animated.
Yeah, she's
in
fired
getting
up.
Yep.
She wants to help any way she can.
And that's what you love to see here at the IAAM. Sensenbrenner with the draw control. She dumps it in. Sturdivant.
Great save again. Freshman on freshman there. We'll be seeing that matchup for many years to come.
And control by Annapolis area. No hurry. 62 seconds remain on the shot clock. The Annapolis area is in no rush. And the move in front. Shot. And another block. And the ball goes out of bounds. And it's going to stay with Annapolis area.
Shot clock reset to 60 seconds off a ball off the goalie. And again, ACS is going to be content here to work the clock down.
Body control after getting
that
checked.
was great play there by Skylar Sensenbrenner.
Linnell, she's going to goal and loses control, but we're going to have a penalty flag. And it's going to award the ball back to Linnell.
Yeah, you know, fans are going to boo that one. Just feels late, but that contact did affect the shot there. That's a correct call by the referee.
And block again by the freshman.
Tyler coming on strong as of late. She's had some pretty big slaves.
Yeah, Jaden Tyler stepping up. Shot, score!
Oh,
that one went over her shoulder. That was a rocket by Ellie Hansen.
That was a rocket. Maybe that same strong shoulder she's going to use to spike balls on the volleyball court. But what a shot by Hansen there.
At point blank. Not too many people are going to stop that shot.
I certainly am not. I'm ducking out of the way of that one. That was a heck of a rifle.
Come on, Freddie. Ducking away.
Not all of us are made to be goalies. And my hat's off to anyone that stands in that cage looking at some of those shots at the speed they're coming in.
Yeah, my daughter got talked into going in goal for John Carroll in her junior and senior year, never playing lacrosse. And we named the bruises as continents because they looked like South America and Africa. And it was quite an experience for her to play 2 years in the goal for John Carroll.
Yes, goalies are a special breed for sure. We love our goalies.
She was an athlete in several other sports and walked into my office, and the lacrosse coach said, "I am down goalies. I need somebody desperately." And Julia's words were, "I'll do it." She somehow thought we were setting her up. Another nice save.
Great save.
By Jaden Tyler.
Tyler's keeping the Cubs in this by just making monster saves. And they've got to, capitalize on this here. Rose Harris there. Great find.
(16:10) Annapolis area. 9 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Looking for the cutters. Check going across. Shot blocked. I think he got a piece of her on the follow through. Yeah, that's what the official's pointing to. And they're going to award the ball to Annapolis area.
Yellow card issued
Caught
to
the stick on the
Vincent
follow through.
Dangerous follow through.
So that's a tough call in lacrosse. You know, we have the shooting space call and all these things, but everything's designed for safety. And so a shooter has to see what's in front of them. They have to make sure that no one's in the path of their shot, or they're going to get that yellow card for that dangerous propulsion.
And that's what happened here. And I don't know why the ball's going out there. But now it's going to come back. That's interesting. And now the clock is running. 2-minute penalty. The Cubs have done well on woman down.
Yeah, that was a great way to slow it down.
And the ball.
Force the long pass. And that's going to be a turnover that the Cubs have created.
Minute 30 remains on the penalty.
Let's see how ACS chooses to play this. They are woman up. They could send somebody to the goalie if they wanted. Good D there by the freshman.
Gets the ball in.
Oh, wow. Oh,
And
wow.
we got a yellow card. Now they're going to be down 2.
Yellow card issued to Penny Pittman.
Penny Pittman coming out for
Yeah.
Catholic.
The referee thought that Pittman came up high into the head and neck area. So, you know, maybe didn't look like the most egregious yellow that we've ever seen. Again, we're going to err on the side of caution and protect the head and neck area at all times. Catholic's going to be now down two players for at least a minute.
7 minutes and 47 seconds remain in the fourth quarter. And they're content to pull it out.
Yeah, that's a
and
smart
just
decision there. Smart play by ACS.
Liddell looks, gives it up in front, shot. Nope. And we got a rambunctious crowd here for Catholic at the moment. Shot by Sturdivant. Stopped in
Another
front.
save.
Rebound. No good. And coming away with it is number 17. That's Rose Harris for the Cubs. Sensenbrenner.
Ooh. Got some disagreements about the refereeing here today, but I think it's been fairly even all game. You know, as the game clock ticks down, you know, we're making more and more aggressive plays, and ACS is doing a good job of using their body to create stick fakes.
And a shot and a score.
Oh,
And
that's Henson down.
And an awkward when she came down on her, I believe her ankle.
Yeah,
And
kind of looked like maybe she stepped on somebody or. It was right after she scored that goal.
and we're looking at the replay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know.
man.
She came down a little funny, maybe in the turf there.
Yeah, it could have been the turf, could have been a foot.
Trying to avoid the, trying to stay out of the crease, maybe.
Yeah, I think she just rolled her ankle, to tell you
Yeah.
the truth. That's number 11, Ellie Hansen for Annapolis area.
Good to see her up and walking off on her own accord.
Yep.
Does seem to be a little ginger, but she's a tough kid. She's throwing the thumbs up there to the fans. jogging off here. She'll be back in the game.
Yep. Rub a little dirt on it. She'll be back in. All right. Six minutes, 24 seconds remain in the contest here. 16 to 10. I'm going to go out on a limb, Freddie. I don't think we're having overtime in this one.
No, I think we will not get to overtime, although there's still a lot of time left. And, you know, we've seen Catholic capable of being able to go on a 3-4 goal run. So let's see what happens in these next couple of minutes.
And, having a discussion here. The officials and the table.
Yeah, I'm unsure what this discussion is about down there. Checking the cards, checking the releases, checking the goal, making sure that everything is correct.
Now the release of the second penalty is what happened there.
Yep.
Right?
Or
Maybe that's what they're trying to
maybe
figure out.
they're trying to figure out
the timing.
who's
With 2 down, you release 1, right?
correct.
And
still
we have
got
38 seconds
yes.
remaining on the clock. So
still down 1.
and we got a whistle. False start.
False start, yeah.
Draw was awarded to Skylar Sensenbrenner.
Getting a little feisty down there, but, you know, like to see some pressure here. I know they're down 1, but you'd like to see them pressure. You don't want ACS to just be able to stand.
Got a flag up.
Looks like we got 3 seconds. Referees didn't feel that Rose Harris was close enough to her attacker. Drew the 3-second call there in the middle. Although maybe a good strategy here for the Cubs. Get a shot off, get the ball back.
And the release from the penalty shot is good. Sensenbrenner makes it 18 to 10.
Eagles free position goal scored by number 16, Skylar Sensenbrenner.
This does even things out for the Cubs.
Her 5th goal of the championship.
5 goals for Skylar Sensenbrenner.
5 goals and probably 12 draw controls for that kid. I mean, it's a monster
At least,
game.
right? You figure with 18 to 10, we've had 28 draws, and she's won more than half of them.
Maybe closer to that 16-17 range.
Yeah, it was. And this one's going to be controlled by the Cubs.
Draw control, Rose Harris.
Now, the Cubs have to start to go here. Unfortunately, they don't have the luxury of being patient anymore offensively. They've got to go to some quick hitters. They got to get the ball in their playmakers' sticks, and they've got to go if they hope to close this gap. Yeah, I think this is just taking a little too long. We've got to create a little bit more quick hitters here. Credit to the AACSD, making that difficult for the Cubs.
Shot scores! Number 9, that is Macy McMillan.
Macy McMillan.
Yeah, McMillan getting in there, finishing top shelf.
And now 18 to 11. So that's 7 goal spread.
Same thing here. Got to get the ball. Got to go. Try to get something when AACS is off balance, they're not quite set in their defense because their team defense, their settled defense, has been very strong all game.
4 minutes, 46 seconds remains in the fourth quarter. And Sensenbrenner.
Yeah, Barnes lost it up in the air there. Great stick by Bankert. Again, Cubs got to pressure a little bit. They've got to get AACS out of that comfortable spread out stall offense. Got to come out here, unfortunately.
They could literally take this down an entire minute.
Yeah, you see Cubs starting to creep a little bit. You know, I'm trying to find some mismatches, maybe try to find someone who's uncomfortable with the ball. Leave them a little bit open and go lock off somebody else.
And in front, shot, scores! Sensenbrenner.
Yeah, great feed there from Rush. I mean, just patient. You almost saw that Sensenbrenner cut happening, you know, a little early there. Although, as we've seen, you know, throw the ball up, Sensenbrenner's down there somewhere, you know. That was just kind of a feed into space there by Roosh, which was a great look. Sensenbrenner ran under it, caught it, finish. Can't stop that right now.
Beautiful feed by Roosh, and Sensenbrenner finished it, her 6th goal of this championship. And we'll go back to the draw. Mara Barnes and Skylar Sensenbrenner. 3 minutes, 59 seconds remain. 19-11, Annapolis area.
Draw control, Ava Linnell.
Ava Linnell with the draw control.
Here's that pressure we talked about here. Cubs can't wait. Got to create something. Again, here you want to think about most likely if we're the Cubs, you've got to lock off the adjacents. Meaning the girls next to the ball, the big playmakers, we've got to cover them so they don't look open. Make somebody else beat us. Oh, great stick.
And bodies on the turf.
Yeah, everybody's hitting the deck there, trying to make a play.
And we're going to get a free position.
Yeah, it looked like we got a shooting space call there. But there was a shot into a stick, a great defensive play.
Ellie Hansen in control. And she's going to take it to goal. Shot, and it goes wide. But it'll be, it's a turnover.
Yeah, crease violation there on the follow through. I think Henson ran through the crease after her shot. So this is where Catholic has had a little trouble getting caught on that sideline there, not being able to get it to the middle of the field.
Yeah, it's seemingly walking into the trap. A lot of attention here. And we're going to have a push. Oh, the call goes against.
Yeah, I hear what people are saying there. I mean, in that play, the ball actually fell on the ground. It was a 50-50 ball. They called the push on trying to get the 50-50 ball back there. So, you know, tough either way.
Shot and scores. That is number 17, Addie Roosh.
Roosh has been content to be the facilitator behind the cage all game. Finally steps in and gets one of her own.
And that takes us to the 20 mark, 20-11.
Second goal of the championship.
149 remains in this championship.
Oh, you know, you never like to say, you know, that the game's in hand, but looking pretty much here like AACS is going to win it. And Coach Bickhart's actually an alum of AACS. This will be the first championship for the Eagles since she was a player. So she's very excited about the opportunity to bring a championship back to her alma mater at AACS.
Good for her. Good for her. Well, although we are happy for the Cubs, too. They've had a great year. Only one loss, and it was to Annapolis area.
Incredible year. Coach Morales mentioned, how much this group has grown and how hard and gritty they are. And we saw that today. I mean, this team has never given up the entire time. They're still playing hard, even through some adversity, including losing one of their top players early in the game.
And if they wanted to, could nearly run the clock out with the possession.
Yeah, and if I'm ACS, that's what I'm doing.
Yep. And it looks like that's what they are doing.
I used to like to have my players come basically to the sideline in the corner, right by me in the box. Really get wide.
1 minute remaining.
And the Cubs are doing everything. Let's see if we pull a goalie here. Let's see if we try to create some doubles. Again, if I'm ACS, I'm just pulling it out, running the clock out. No need to take a shot here. No need to risk anything. Just stay back. Get ready to cheer with your teammates. Definitely at this point on the rebound. 4 seconds, put it in the corner, put it in the corner. Drop it.
Shot clock violation.
And if I'm the Cubs, we got to go. We got to go here. You can play this. Try to get one more here, Cubs.
And 2 seconds remain, and it's all over.
The Eagles are the 2025 IAAM
Great
The
game.
IAAM champions, Annapolis Area Christian.
They're hugging the goalie down there.
The Eagles are your C-Conference lacrosse champions for 2025. We're going to have our award presentation immediately. The players celebrate.
Award ceremony following the handshakes among the
And we'll line up for our IAAM handshake at midfield.
Jubilation down there on the Eagles sideline. Coach Bickert mentioned this was the first step in what she believes is to be the growth of the Eagles program in the future. They're looking to really put their name on the map as a force in the IAAM.
And we'll get the teams lined up for their handshake.
A great game again by the Cubs, some tough breaks their way. We saw flashes in that really tight first quarter of what was shaping up to be a barn burner. And, I think the Caruso loss was massive for the Cubs.
Yeah. And the first award will be for the runner-up, Catholic High Cubs. They'll be called, their captains will be called out to receive the plaque.
We now direct your attention to the field where the girls lacrosse sport chair Jessie Morgan from Garrison Forest and the executive director of the IAAM Sue Thompson will be making the presentation of awards. Representing Catholic High School, Corey McBride, the athletic director. Representing AACS, Josiah Wolf, athletic director. First, let's recognize our runners-up from Catholic High School.
And coming out for Catholic, number 14, Mara Barnes, number 16, Rachel Roan. Big hug from their athletic director, and the plaque.
Congratulations to the Cubs on an outstanding season and a great championship game.
They end up 8-3 overall
And now
in the
the
conference.
presentation of the championship plaque
5-2.
to Annapolis Area Christian
And Annapolis
School.
Area Christian School get the championship plaque. The Sensenbrenner sisters out to accept, along with number 11, Ellie Hansen.
Congratulations to the Eagles.
And they receive the IAAM glass bowl and a medal for each one of the players, along with the championship plaque. They'll have their Kodak moment here with the IAAM banner for their spring championship 2025.
Yeah, congrats to the Eagles. Great execution today, and we just saw, their bigs put the team on their back, did what they had to do, whether it was Sensenbrenner or Liddell, just, executed their game plan well, and that's what netted the win for them today.
Freddie, it's been a pleasure working with you again.
You as well, Larry.
We have one more in the conference coming up immediately following this one. You can go to the IAAM website, Championship Central, and come join us for the B conference if you like. And we will be back to that in just a moment. But we're gonna shove off here from Tierney Field at USA Lacrosse in Hunt Valley, and thank you again for joining us for this championship. Congratulations to both teams, but the championship goes to Annapolis Area Christian School. The Eagles are your champions for 2025. Thank you and good night.